Good evening, and welcome to the Front Row Racing PCF League Project Cars Fridays in the Formula Nay Wheels, as Ray has nicknamed them now, otherwise known as the Formula Bs, but obviously we have seen a lot of drivers losing wheels this season. So we're on for round 8 at Silverstone for what could be an absolutely epic race or an absolutely epic disaster. Now joining me in the commentary box once again is for a racing Ray. So how are you this evening, Ray?
I'm fine, thank you very much for asking. How are yourself?
I was alright until my stomach started turning, and if I disappear halfway through commentary, you'll all know why. It won't be for anything fun. Okay, so round 8 at Silverstone, we're looking at a 15-minute qualifying session, a 5-minute warm-up, and then 24 laps around the famous Silverstone circuit. Ray, it'll be up to you now to get the session going. Now, we've got 9 drivers in at the moment, but we are waiting on a couple more, so we'll see if they join as we go through into qualifying and the warm-up. And we will have to keep an eye on as well whether any of the drivers drop out as we transfer through. It has happened before. So, Ray, if you can keep an eye on that one. While I quickly mention about the PCF standings and talk about tight, and I'm not on about a bit skimpy on the money or a bit skimpy on the dressers either. We have got 4 drivers within 2 points of each other at the top of the table. We've got Neo Tig Jr. on 89 points leading the way, followed by Dave the Harp on 88 points. Kev on 87, then in third place on 87 points. It matches. And then Grable 79 on 87 points. We've then got Mulrine on 46 points, so a big gap down to 5th. And then Jason on 38. Duofin next up on 36 points, and then Hesselden 90 on 33. GT5 King, who's not with us this evening, on 30 points, and then Woolhouse on 27. Bartman 2112 on 16 points, although it's actually Liam Turton. Depends on which account he joins on, actually. Thinking about that, Ray, I don't know if you want to actually look. I don't know whether you'll have Bartman on. I didn't actually look at searching for Bartman. I looked for his other one. No, Bartman is not on, and neither is L Turton. So yeah, Bartman's got 16 points. And then Stringy B 92 is on 13. My Bad is on 11. And Richie Davey is also on 11. Now, on to Silverstone. As I said, we could be on for an epic session here. And I say that because really, we shouldn't end up with any of the drivers losing wheels around this track, because usually you lose a wheel by hitting a wall somewhere, and at Silverstone the only wall that's really close to the track tends to be the pit wall. Having said that, both you and I, Ray, know what these cars are like to get off the start line. So do you reckon we're going to see someone losing a wheel at the start of the race because they've lost it at the start of the race into the pit wall?
Quite possibly.
Oh yes, quite possibly indeed. Okay, a little announcement to make for the PCF drivers is that obviously we're doing a 10 round season, and this is round 8, so we've got round 8, round 9, round 10. Round 9 is at Oschersleben, and round 10 is at Brno. And it's not confirmed yet, but we probably will have a little bit of a break, probably matching our F1 league, a break for the admins over the Christmas period. But the announcement is for the PCF league that the next season in PCF will be in LMP2 cars. What we'll confirm before that starts is whether they're all going to be in exactly the same LMP2 car, or whether it will be open to any of the LMP2 cars. We will get that confirmed, but at least you now know that the next class of cars for the PCFs will be LMP2s. Okay, so on to the action then. I'm on board with Jason, who's just coming around the final corner. A little wide around the final corner, but it doesn't matter. and across the start-finish line to attack the Silverstone circuit. So as he heads into turns 1, 2 and 3, I believe it is called, I can't believe I've forgotten the corners of Silverstone. It's Abbey, Farm Curve, and then into Village Corner, the loop, and then we're on to the Wellington Straight. So just coming out of the loop now and onto the Wellington Straight. And heading out, Ray has had a little run around this track. It took him about 24 hours because he doesn't like running. He then decided to drive around the track in these cars. So what lap time was you getting, Ray, even though it wasn't respective, shall we say?
I got a 152, and that was a wee bit of change of setup, but I've not practiced on these, so... Could I go faster?
Oh!
Possibly, but not as fast as these guys.
Sorry, Jason's just absolutely wiped out the 50 metre marker board around Cop's Corner as he's now heading into Maggot. So Becky's always nearly rolled it! My goodness me! He didn't just take a bite out of his seat, he filled his face with his seat there. He took such a bite out of it. I'm not surprised he's slowed down a little bit there. Now that's something you actually said on your practice runs, that ride height around here won't really be much of a problem. I think Jason has just shown or found one corner where it is a bit of a problem. Okay, back onto the lap times. I mean, okay, you've done 152s without any practice or anything like that.
Heselden's just done a 143.9 and that's put him first.
He has. Is anyone else about to complete a lap? Sorry, go on.
So they're going to be at least 10 seconds better off than what I was.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, like, try and predict what sort of times these guys will do, and I was thinking somewhere around about the 140s, 141s. I mean, in an F1 car you should be going around here in about 128s to 30s, so in these Formula Bs it could be possible to see 35s, 240s. Okay, I'm having a look at Dave the Harp now. He's one of the championship protagonists, won a few races in the Project Cars leagues that we do, so he'll be looking forward to trying getting a victory here. That's a bad
name. Don't say that name. That's a bad
name. your rival in situ. I mean, really, I suppose for you want Dave the Harp to have such a crash here that his steering wheel sprains his wrist, and he can't race on Sunday. But I don't think that'll happen. So Dave the Harp then going around Luffield Corner, heading to Woodcote, and then on towards Copse. And I would guess in these cars it'll probably be flat out, but it may need a little lift on the heavier fuel. Dave is going around flat out by the sounds of it as he heads towards Maggots and Beckett's. But obviously Kev 187 is going to be a guy to keep an eye on in these cars, but also Heselden. Heselden has shown he's fast and got a bit of speed. So as Dave the Harp negotiates Maggots, Beckett's and heads up the hanger straight towards Stowe, it'll be interesting to see what sort of lap time he gets on completing this, because it's not looked to be too bad a lap so far. Got a couple of cars ahead of him, so I would guess they'll be posting times before he does. No, the car directly ahead I think is My Bad, who is on an out lap. So Dave coming through Vale and Club, and then around the final corner and onto the start finish. So what time's it going to be? I'm going to predict a 142. A 142.2, and that's a provisional pole position. Has he lost it?
Upside down at the barrier.
He is upside down at the barrier. Yeah, I know, Kev, we were talking about losing a wheel, and the wall isn't really close enough to lose a wheel. But obviously the wall is close enough to park your car upside down. He hasn't lost his wheel, but he probably has just lost his dinner. Now, Stringy B currently sitting in third place, but I think he's just had a bit of a moment around the first couple of corners. So let's go and see who else we've got. Neo Tig won a race a couple of weeks ago, ended with a DNF last week, which cost him a lot in the championship standings. So he's currently on a 145.2. I tell you what, let's pop up the timing screen and we'll see if he's going to improve on that. Actually, no.
The Harp, he's that. If he was going for a timed lap, it's just been
invalidated.
No, he's been caught up behind. I'm trying to figure out who it is. It must have been My Bad.
Oh, someone's having a spin around the first couple of corners. It's Kev 187. I think it is my bad that has got Dave the Harp behind him. No, Dave the Harp ahead of him. Sorry.
He was behind him, but he held him up. So if he was going for a fast lap, it's right out the window.
Okay, so back on board then with Neo Tig as he's about to go through his next sector. He's half a second up in this sector. Don't know how much he was up in his previous, but he is definitely now on for potentially a 144, taking a wide, vicious entry into Stowe. Fantastic corner that, and then into the tricky final sectors where the track used to sort of loop around a nice opening up right-hander down what is now the start finish, and then the track used to go left and not right. But Neo Tig about a 143.8, 1.5 seconds improvement for him. Okay, Woolhouse heading towards the final corners. Let's see how he gets on. Ooh, perhaps going a little bit deep. No, I won't get this.
Not coping well.
Now,
he's back in the wall.
Oh dear. Now Kev has said that he's not really had time to practice in these much. I think Woolhouse is just starting a lap, so we'll stay on board with him. Yeah, Kev's not had time to practice much. He's been working long hours. His head is frazzled, and if his head was frazzled before this, he's definitely frazzled now. He's been upside down. So yeah, this is an opportunity for everybody to pounce. I was going to say pounce on Kev, but he probably wouldn't like that very much. To overtake him in the points and really dent his chances of taking a title in the project cars in the Formula Bs. Okay, how's Woolhouse getting on? He's been through Sector 1 and it didn't show me a time unless I just wasn't looking. But he's now heading up to Copse Corner. See if he's flat out. No, he's not. He's had to do a little lift around Copse, but you can see he's not used all of the track, and that's what that lift has caused. So if he can keep it flat, use all of the road, he'll gain some time. So aggressive into Magnussen Beckett's, but he's a little bit twitchy. That's going to cost him. It's costing him all the way through the exit of Magnussen Beckett's. The exit of it being Chapel Curve, but now up the Hangar Straight, named as such because there is an old airplane hangar next to it. Now I know people think that the Hangar Straight was actually the runway. It wasn't. The runway is actually down the middle of the racetrack. It's on the infield. But anyway, Woolhouse then approaching the final few corners with just under 4.5 minutes to go. So Ray, anyone you're watching that's perhaps up on their sectors, if you want to know if they are up on their sectors, press your R2 button, brings up the track map, shows you them improvements on their sectors. Woolhouse does improve to 144.8.
I was just watching Kev, see how he gets on. But I've had Chris Corr in the messages. My time in FB, what's the FB?
Formula B.
Oh, right, okay. I was thinking, is it time trial or is it practice or what? On this track was a 140.020.
So that's Chris Corr's time then.
It's a shame he can't race on a Friday.
So Chris Corr obviously knows what lap times he can do, so he'll be interested to see if anyone can get lower than the 40s. I've got a feeling with Dave posting a 42 on his first run, he could get close. If Kev had been practicing and was up to speed and had a setup, I think he'd be down in the low 30, well, 35s, 36s, 37s maybe. Okay, so on board with Mulrine, who seems to be a minute down on his sectors at the moment. So perhaps he's had a bit of an off in the first part of the lap. Currently got 4, 5, 6 cars on track, still rotating. But they are going to have to remember. He's not, has he? Is he lost? Right, we're going to have to go and find him. Yeah. He got back to the pits before I could get him on camera. Okay, he asked us to keep count. That's one. Okay, so Mulrine is now on to another. We've got 3 cars coming out of the pits right now. They're going to have to get a shift on if they're going to want to get a lap in. Mulrine, though, is on a fast lap, and there's Kev in the background, 4 wheels on his wagon, but his 5th one is parked next to the circuit somewhere. So is Mulrine going to be up on his own Sector 1? We're going to find out in a few moments' time. It's not told us. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, let's see what Dave I think he's one of the cars that's recently come out of the pits. Still
spun it.
He's not as he's not. Oh dear.
He's kept it on track, but he's struggling.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, who's that has just improved? Someone has just put in a decent lap time there, I think. Ooh, they're in a white car and black car. I think it might have been Jason. Oh, but he's now just spun it. Coming around turn 3. Easily done, though, that. Okay, my bad, back in the pits. I don't think Kev's going to have enough time to get a lap in, you know. He's not. If they haven't already crossed the start-finish line, they're not going to get their lap in. So, it looks like Dave the Harp then may be taking pole position here. Because I don't think any of these guys are on. Oh no, is Dave? No, Dave's not on a time lap. Neotig though is, and Neotig is right behind. No, Neotig isn't. Sorry, it's not showing his sector time, so he's not on an out lap. Sorry, he is on an out lap. Mulrine.
Is Neotig hitting the limiter down that straight?
He might. He might be.
It might be the game.
It could be the game. We do often get odd audio from project cars where it goes something like that. But
how does it go like that?
I'm not going to try it again. I don't like it when it changes the camera and all you can see is a wall. Okay, Neotig hasn't improved on his lap, so it must be an out lap. But he hasn't got enough time to now finish his lap. So is anybody... I don't think anybody is going to be able to get a lap completed now. I think that's going to be it. Session over for them. Bit of a shame.
Too far away.
Yep. Stringy B's back in the pits. Neo's still on his lap, but he's not going to be able to complete the lap. And it is something I would like to see project cars change. That if you cross the line with enough time before the end of the session, you should be allowed to complete your final lap. But there we go. This is the way it's set, and we can't change it. So it's going to be a shame for Neo because right now it's his lap over. So unfortunate for him. Okay then, so that's going to be our grid order then. Dave the Harp first, Hesselden second, Neotig third, Stringy B in fourth, Woolhouse in fifth, Mulrine in sixth, Jason in seventh, My Bad in eighth, and Kev 187 upside down, inside out, wheels all over the place, and in ninth. Shame. He's not going to be happy. We're on to the practice, the warm-up now. Oh, hello, cockpit cam. Oh, I need to retire from the session. I wondered why I...
It's a 24-lap race, isn't it?
It is a 24-lap race. Yeah, we're on to
a... B's asking on the messages, how many laps is this race?
20 what? 23. 23 is 20. No, it's 24. Okay, yeah, we're on to the 5-minute warm-up now. This is a time for the drivers to get their pit strategy sorted. There is no tyre compound rules, but they get their pit strategy sorted, and if they've got time, have a little run on track with the amount of fuel they're going to start the race with so that they can see how the car is going to handle. Right. So, after seeing that qualifying session there, Ray, what are you expecting for the race?
A lot of new wheels.
Well,
I think if Dave gets away, then I think he'll take it to the end of the line, but I'm sure Hesselden will make it a wee bit tough for him.
Hesselden's not going. He's not going to make it easy for him at all. I mean, Hesselden did struggle in the last race with tyre wear. He did an additional stop over. Oh, my bad! He's hit the curb that Jason hit. Whoa.
See, I never hit that curb, so I didn't know right.
A problem, rather. Yeah. Well, if they haven't got the munchies, they soon will do, taking a bite out of that curb. Maybe they're thinking if they all hit it, they can flatten it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, Hesselden struggled a little with tyre wear at the last race. Dave the Harp's usually not too bad on his tyres. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on around here. 24 laps. I'm going to predict a 2-stop race here. A 3-stop may be quicker, but you're going to have a lot of time to make up. Now, for everyone, the start of the race is going to be crucial. Getting off the line through the first few corners without any incidents. But I reckon we're going to see at least 1 or 2 cars facing the wrong direction, either at turn 1 or at turn 3. With the tyres cold, the pressure's low, the pressure on, and a few cars finding it a little bit tricky, we could have a lot of action, shall we say, in the opening laps. But if there ever was one of the races this season for the drivers to not lose a wheel at, it would be this one. But then if they crash into each other... Oh, Dave's having a bit of a moment through Maggots and Beckett's. Yeah, if they crash into each other, they could still easily lose a wheel. Right, okay, let's go and ride on board with My Bad, shall we? Who's got Hesselden behind him. And you can tell My Bad is My Bad because of the way he's shaking that ass. Oh, I think he's eased off a little bit too much there and turned in a little bit more than it was expecting. But that's what warm-ups are for. Find out what you can and can't do. Now, I'm going to ride on board with Kev187 as he spins! I was about to say, I'm going to ride on board with Kev187 and more than likely nothing will happen now and straight away bang into a spin. I mean, something for people that I mean, they may be looking at this and going, Kev's crap, he can't even go in a straight line. Kev's not crap, but if you haven't been practicing, you haven't got a setup, he goes again. Yeah, if you...
So, is it that pedal?
Oh, hopefully not. But I was going to say, if you haven't got a setup, or your setup is wrong, or even if your tyres aren't warm enough, you'll spin these cars with ease. Or you brake a little bit too much. I mean, it might be that perhaps he's got a little bit too much brake ballast, either too far forward or too far rearwards, or perhaps his brakes are a little bit too big, or his brake pressure's a little bit too high. So whenever he taps the brake, away she goes. Again, have a quick look at Neotig, sorry. I can't tell how long he's left of the session. It's not giving me the clock in the top corner.
23 seconds.
23 seconds. Okay, so Neotig's going to get to finish this lap. That's a 142.6. I tell you what, that lap time right there, if he'd have done that in qualifying, that would have been second place. He's just shown that he's got some pace around here. That may have just got the attention of Hesselden, Dave the Harp and a few others. I think we could be in for a very exciting race here. Well, what was that song that guy sings on the A-Team for Kev? You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby.
What's his name? Pete something?
Keep your eye on the lights. Easy with the right foot. Let's nail this.
Okay, it's time to go. The lights are green. They're getting away slow. I'm going to give them half a moment before I retire. And let's get spectating. Let's see what we can see. It's busy. There's contact, and you know that's going to be Dave the Harp. Can he get back onto the track without hitting anyone? Oh, he got a little nudge up the rear end. The only time you want that is off a sexy lady. Oh, I told you it's going to be frantic in these opening laps, and it is. And Kev's now been given a bit of a nudge. He's not spun it on his own. He's just been violated. Okay, so Dave the Harp
hold him back to let the guys through that he gave a wee nudge to.
Could well be. Okay, we've got Hesselden in first, Woolhouse up to second, Mulrine in third, Dave the Harp's down to fourth, Neotig Jr. is in fifth. Now both of these have got pace. Jason up to sixth from eighth, Stringy B is in seventh, My Bad is in eighth, and Kev187 is in ninth, and he's dropped a lot there. Okay, where is our action going to be? Oh, Stringy B's just nailed a marker board, and now he's wiggling more than Jim does. Okay, Maggots and Beckett's is going to be interesting for those guys, but let's see how Dave the Harp and Neotig are getting on through there, because they were close, but Dave looks like he may be pulling out a little bit of a gap. Can see Mulrine just ahead of him. Okay, so we've got a little bit spread out on this first lap, but there goes first, second, third, fourth and fifth. Told you it'd be an interesting start to the race. Oh, Dave the Harp is right up behind Mulrine, and he's bringing Neo along for the party as well. Is Neo going to have a look around the outside? No, he thinks better of it. Dave covers him off. Now this is where Mulrine's going to have to be careful. It looks like these guys have got a little bit more pace, so he's going to have to make sure that he doesn't get caught out by them. as Hesselden begins lap 2, and we have a good look at the windows on the the pit paddock. Dave the Harp.
Bees waggling about like mad.
Okay, I'll go and have a look at him. Dave the Harp's managed to get himself up to third place. Kev's gone deep. He's gone off at turn 3. I'm wondering if his brakes are just not working right for him. Okay, we've got Jason in 6th place, and he's got Stringy B, is it? Right behind him. Yes, it is. So Jason and Stringy B then all nice and close and cosy for 6th place at the moment. Oh, Stringy sideways! But I think Jason's perhaps gone a little bit deep and concedes the position, or does he? Because he's got the inside line now heading around Luffield corner. No, Stringy B gets ahead, and Kev has got ahead of My Bad. So, all kicking off there. Let's go and see what's happening a little further up. I think Dave the Harp's getting a... He's getting a shift on. Neo's up to 4th. And I think Dave is catching up on Woolhouse, who's had a bit of a moment in the middle of Maggots and Beckett's. He could be a sitting duck down the hanger straight if Dave can get close enough to benefit from the slipstream. I don't think he can. For Woolhouse, though, if he can...
He was on the curbs there, so he lost the traction out there.
Oh, he's had a big wiggle as well, mid-corner. Sorry to interrupt, big wiggle through the middle of Stowe. But that's slowed Dave down, and now Neotig's having a look around the outside of him again. So side by side they go through club, or heading into... He looks like he may be struggling a little bit. He knows there's some pressure coming, and Neotig has taken 3rd place from Dave the Harp, who is in 4th. Brave cameraman here following these cars on foot. Oh, Dave the Harp, interesting line through that. He's got a power boost penalty. He's going to drop down to 5th. Go on, Ray.
Sorry, I thought it was My Bad, but it's Mulrine that got through there without collecting him. Yeah, he was able to sneak through. I'll tell you what, I think Kev is now all over the back of Stringy B. He is. Oh, he's just giving him a little bit of a nudge. Meanwhile, son, do you not know who I am? I go upside down. Oh, Stringy's going slow. I think that might be a power boost penalty. That could be why Kev gave him a bit of a nudge there. Car ahead gets a power boost penalty. He can easily catch out the car behind. Okay, Jason riding in 7th place now. So Kev's worked his way up to 6th. I'm wondering if he's starting to find his rhythm. But there's a bit of a gap between 5th and 6th as Dave the Harp is right up behind Mulrine now. He's overtaken him once already. He's going to have to do it again, but he's all over the curb. And he has to save that one. I think Neo's going to be attacking Woolhouse fairly soon as well. Yeah, he is. He's right on the back of him.
I don't think he's going to be able to do anything up hanger straight, but he may have a look up the inside.
Got the slipstream. Here he goes, and he's got a position.
Nice move there. Oh, he's wiggling through the corner though, but Neotig makes it up into 2nd place, and he can still see Hesselden ahead. I said at the end of the warm-up, it looks like Neotig's got some pace, and he's showing it now. Question is, can he close in on Hesselden? He's in the pits.
He must not have a front wing or something. He couldn't get the corner right. Has he lost the front wing?
I think I can't tell from this view. It's possible he may have lost the front wing. If it is, that'll need replacing. But either way, Dave the Harp is in the pits and he's losing places. Kev, he's in the barrier. He hasn't lost a wheel, but he's in the wall. I think it's pretty much the same place he ended up, upside down. He's got back on track and he's spun it. Do that one for the fans. That's the thing in these cars, you lose the temperature, you lose the grip, you can easily spin it trying to recover. Well, keep going like that, Kev, and Dave will have someone to race against. So Hesselden pulling away, Neotig pulling away from Woolhouse. So at the moment, Neotig will be the one to keep a sneaky eye on to see whether he catches up. Because when you look at the standings, with the way that Dave the Harp's race is going and the way that Kev's race is going, saying that, Grayball's not on track with us, is he? So, yeah, Neotig, if he can catch up and actually win this race, he's going to pull out a huge gap into the final few rounds. Okay, Dave the Harp is out of the pits, but is ahead of Stringy B and ahead of My Bad. I know My Bad is not a big fan of these Formula Bs, and he wouldn't have practiced in them either. So, for Jim, just enjoy it, mate. That's all you can do. I tell you what, Neotig, he's closing that gap. He is closing that gap to Hesselden. It's come down a huge amount on this, I was going to say final lap, but it's not the final lap. On this previously driven around the Silverstone circuit lap. That's piling the pressure onto Hesselden, that is. And I'm just wondering whether Hesselden's been taking it a little bit easy, been opening up the gap, looking after his tyres, and now he's gone, oh crap, he's catching me up. I mean, Neotig has just put in his fastest lap of the race so far with a 142.2. And if we have a look at the driver's previous last laps, Hesselden was a 145.0, Neotig was a 142.5, 2.5 seconds. That's fantastic. He's going to be all over him. Hesselden's going to have to get a shift on, but sometimes it's not easy setting yourself a pace and then having to pick it up by 2.5 seconds. Is it, Ray? It's like having a Friday night jiggy session with the missus and you're going at your own pace and then she goes, come on, faster. And you're like, I'm knackered already. Give me a break. You know, when you're thinking, I'm going to pass out in a moment, and they're like, more, no, not more, less. I'm getting old.
Just news for the Stringy B garage.
Sorry. Hesselden's just had a big two-wheel action moment on the curb. That's put Neotig right behind him. Go on, carry on. Sorry to interrupt there.
Stringy B's garage, I had damage in lap 1, box early.
Oh dear, so for Stringy B then it's repair damage, and we've had a change of the lead. The change of the guard up at the front. Neotig takes the lead on what is only the 4th lap of the race, and I've got a feeling he's going to pull away. Now in the first few races in the Formula Bs, it looked like he actually struggled a little bit for pace, but perhaps it was just those circuits, because right here, right now, he is on fire.
Bullhouse is in the pits.
Oh.
So is that tyre deck? Because I don't see any damage.
I wouldn't have thought it'd be tyre wear this early on. I mean, Silverstone is notorious for fairly high tyre wear given the nature of Copse Corner. Oh, Neo, that's going to be a power boost penalty, probably. Is it? I think he may have got away with that one. Yeah,
Kev's
given...
down to 7th with Jason and Dave the Harp battling in front of him. He's 6th, sorry, so he's... Dave the Harp's pulled places up, so I don't know what happened to Kev. Is he a lap down or is
no, Kev had big spins a lap or so ago, so he lost a lot at those moments. Dave the Harp did pit, but obviously he's going for it now. I mean, with the tyre wear, yes, Silverstone is notoriously bad for tyre wear, given Brooklands here, even Luffield, Copse Corner, Maggots, Beckett, Stowe, they're tyre-killing corners, as Kev187 gains a place over Jason. But I would have expected the tyres here to last a good 7-8 laps at least. There is obviously a couple of different compounds the drivers can use, so perhaps if they've gone with a soft tyre, they have worn out quick, and the harder of the two may be the better of the tyre. So Kev now up to 5th, Dave the Harp's up to 5th, and Neo's pulling out a healthy lead up at the front. I'm fairly sure...
That didn't make sense. Kev up to 5th, Dave the Harp now up to 5th.
Oh, I do apologise. It's trying to do things backwards. Dave the Harp up to 4th, I should say. So him and Kev, they've still got a chance of getting something out of this race. But let's have a look. We've got a car in the pits. Mulrine. Yeah, Mulrine's in the pits. So where will Dave the Harp be when Mulrine comes out of the pits? Yeah, Dave and Kev have still got a chance of being in this race, depending on how their strategies go, because Hesselden and Neotig, I think, are, if they pit, they're not going to come out ahead of Kev and Dave. Neo's 8 tenths down in this sector, so his tyres could be beginning to ask for a night off. Okay, Dave the Harp is now up to 3rd with Mulrine having pitted. That puts Kev up to 4th, Jason up to 5th, Mulrine in 6th with Woolhouse right behind him. So we've got 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, not that far away from each other. And David Harp's fastest lap is a 1:42.6 and is a few tenths up on this lap, so he could be going for the new fastest lap of the race. Kev 187 has now got up to pace. He's on 1:42s as well, and following David Harp will actually help him around here. I would never have thought I'd say this, but following David Harp might help Kev go faster. But in this situation, in this scenario, that could be how it's going to work out. Dave the Harp will have had a bit of practice, got a bit of setup, and Kev will be able to see.
On two wheels.
Oh, I didn't see that one, but I was about to say Kev may be able to see where Dave is a little bit quicker and he can do it, but obviously 2 wheels over a curb or up in the air is not going to be useful. The leaders are in the pits. Neotig is in. Hesselden is in. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to see a change of compound. We've got white marked tyres on the inside of the tyres here for Neotig. Are they going to change colour at all? Perhaps to some yellows? I'm going to guess not. I think the yellows are the softer of the two tyres, but they don't tend to be the better. And here goes Dave the Harp down the start finish, followed by Kev 187. So I said that they would come out, they'd be ahead. So Dave's now in first, Kev's in second, Hesselden is on the move in third, Jason's up to 4, go up to third. No, Jason's managed to jump him. I'll tell you what, Neotig, he's lost a huge amount of time. He's down to 7th place. That's an extremely long pit stop for him. I'm wondering if there was something a bit awry on that pit stop. So Hesselden has jumped Neotig in the pits, unless Hesselden's was just a really, really short stop. But Hesselden now net first place, depending on when Kev and Dave pit again. But he's got Jason right up his trumpet, and Jason's pretty good at playing trumpet. He's also a pretty good pilot. Yeah.
Kev's lap time, I don't know if it was recorded in the pits or what, but it's a 1:42.164.
He's just set that lap time. This lap he's just completed, because he was on a 42.8. Dave went quicker with a 42.3. Kev followed him over the line with a 42.1. So Kev, I said, he's now finding his pace. So yeah, Kev now on with the fastest lap, but obviously they have got fresher tyres, or had fresher tyres, so Hesselden and Neotig are going to be the ones to watch out for. But Jason's about to...
He's gone in the pits, Kev's gone in the pits, he had a power pit, so I think he's just went, right, I'll go in the pits.
That's one way to decide you're going in there. I was about to say Jason's coming under attack from Mulrine, so I think Jason's probably gone long on his tyres, because Mulrine, I'm fairly sure we saw pit earlier, but it's Neotig that I'm surprised by. He's in 7th place behind Woolhouse and quite some distance behind Hesselden. He's a long way back. He's lost a lot of time there. Maybe it was higher fuel and a longer stint coming up. Now Jason and Mulrine still going at it like a couple of teenagers when they're telling their parents, we're just going to watch a movie. Yeah, right. So Mulrine looking up the inside as they head up towards Brooklands, and he's ahead before they even get to the corner. Now I think that Woolhouse is beginning to catch these two up, which if that's the case, I would expect Neotig to also begin catching them up. Now Neotig's previous fastest lap was a 1:42.5, was the fastest driver in that first stint of the race, so it'll be interesting to see if he improves enough. Now Dave the Harp, he looks like he's continued on for another lap, heading through turns 2 and up to turn 3 now on the track map, and then in second place heading into Stowe. Neotig here though going through sector 2, and he's not giving me his sector time, so I don't know whether he is up on this lap, but I reckon he will be. Not anymore though, he's just ran wide through Maggots and Beckett's. Someone put a beer tent out there, that way the drivers can at least have a shot when it all goes wrong.
Dave the Harp's continued on.
Yep, and Hesselden is up to second place on the road with Kev having pitted. Mulrine in third, Jason's just gone for the pits, so he's going to drop down a few places. Mulrine will move up a place, as will Woolhouse and Neotig, who has really caught up to the back of Woolhouse now. He's on it. What's this lap time going to be? I'm going to guess a 41. No, he's not improved. Bloody typical.
Stringy B's in the pits.
Yep, he is. Go on.
Bring Kev up to about 6th place. So it's kind of set them back out to where the position was, except from Neo Tig, but I don't know what the drivers ahead have done pit-wise.
I think Woolhouse did pit quite early on, so for Neo Tig he could do with getting past early. Oh, he's had a look up the inside. That could have got very, very, very close there. But now he's having a look up the inside into Luffield. That's a fantastic move there. Made sure he was getting that one done. He's now going to have to defend, though, possibly, as they head into Copse. Woolhouse is still there, got the slipstream. Oh, Neo with a very late turn in there. I wonder if he was just trying to make sure he gave a bit of room. But up to 4th he goes. And Mulrine next in line for a challenge from Neo Tig. Now, Hesselden has improved his lap times now to a 1:43.6. But he's still going to have to keep an eye on where Neo Tig is at the moment. Dave the Harp, he's continuing on for another lap. So, I think Dave's going to try and go long here, so he'll only have to stop once more. Oh! I tell you what, I spotted Kev going through that corner a few moments ago, and it looked like his car was a bit bouncy, and seeing Dave go through there and nearly losing the car, it's reminded me there is a bump through the middle of, in between turns 1 and 2, and in most cars you don't notice it. In the cars where you do notice it, it can quite easily spin you out. So here's Kev coming around the corner over the bump. I wonder if that's what was catching Kev out in the qualifying session, that bump, and just losing the rear end over it. But Kev is up to 5th as Woolhouse is now into the pits. Stringy B is in 8th. Go on.
Woolhouse hit the pit barrier when he was going in.
Oh.
So he must have went too fast in.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now... I'm just going to keep an eye now on Mulrine and Neo Tig. So I want to see if Neo Tig's going to pull that gap in. But go on, Ray, tell us what you're looking at, tell us what you're thinking, tell us what you're seeing, tell us what you're drinking.
I'm drinking Diet Coke.
Get away! As if you're drinking Diet Coke, it must be whiskey and Coke.
No, I'm watching Stringy B and I'm surprised he isn't further up.
Well, perhaps this is one of those circuits where he's just not happy in these cars.
Yeah, Woolhouse, he's been quite a good contender on Jeanette. Oh, he's took too much corner there. He went and cut the grass and said hello to my ma.
Well, that's where Ray's stashing the alcohol with his ma in the crowd. See.
So if I go silent for
Dave the Harp's pitted. Dave the Harp's pitted. He's come out behind Kev. So Kev's gained on Dave the Harp, having pitted a few laps earlier, but I think Kev is possibly going to have to pit again. And Kev is right behind Neo Tig. So Kev must have been... Oh, Kev has been absolutely on it. 139.4. I told you he was finding his pace. He's not only finding his pace, he's finding everybody else's pace as well. So if Neo Tig was in with a chance of winning this race, Kev's got half a chance as well. But he may have to stop again. Neo Tig could have done without this battle, as Kev, he's through, he's gone. Yeah, Neo Tig could have done without this battle. His only hope now, really, is that Kev's going to go and catch up to Mulrine, get past him quick, and then go and harass Hesselden, which will allow Neo Tig to gain... Oh, Mulrine, 2 laps in a row! Send those tyres to the skies. Wow, and that's allowing Kev to gain really, really fast, and I nearly misread the name of the sponsor on the side of his car. I'll let you try and spot that one, Ray.
What one?
Kev's.
On the side?
Mm-hmm. In the blue bit. Oh, Kev round the outside of Stowe. Fantastic move. You've spotted it then.
Bastard or something.
Bastier. Do not misread that one. I told you, some of the Ginetta Junior ones you have to be really careful with. I think one of them was Local Hunt. Okay, so Kev's now up to second place. Hesselden's still in first, but Kev is absolutely flying at the moment. I said we were going to keep an eye on Neotig catching Mulrine, but in all honesty, it's Kev that's on form at the moment, and Dave the Harp is now catching up to Neotig.
Do you think he's gave up the wheel and pedals and went for a pad?
No, if Kev was on a pad, maybe he started on a pad. No, if Kev had moved on to a pad, he wouldn't be flying now. Maybe it just needed those few laps of getting the car up to temperature, getting everything going, the juices flowing, and finding out what he can and can't do in these cars around this track. I mean, one of the things with good drivers, they'll take a car that's got a bad setup and find out how they can drive it, whereas some drivers will have a bad setup and it's just always undrivable. Okay, Dave. No comment. I mean, this thing, a good driver can drive a car with a bad setup. It just won't be, oh, Neo's the next to take a bite out of the curb, and Dave the Art would have had a good view of that one. I just hope someone rolls it on that curb, because it'll just look absolutely fantastic.
Kev's right up there. Oh, he's right behind Hesselden. On that one straight. Bloody hell.
I told you, absolutely flying. So Kev now taking the lead. That will have surprised Hesselden, but I mean, if we look at their latest lap times, I mean, Kev won 87, last lap 39.9. Hesselden's last lap of 46.5. No wonder he caught him up. It's nearly 7-second gap.
Mulrine's in the pits. Dave the Harp's up to third.
I tell you what, at this rate, if Kev can keep this pace up, he'll be able to pull enough of a gap to still have the next pit stop and still have a chance of winning this race. He is absolutely on form. Dave the Harp's now up to third place, so where's Neotig? Neotig's in the pits again. So after having a really long pit stop earlier on, he's back in the pits. I wonder if it didn't change his tyres. Either way, his race has been pretty much ruined by whatever happened through those pit stop phases. Well. Question is Dave the Harp now going to be able to catch up to Hesselden? I thought Kev and Dave were out of this race after the early stages, but their pace has been shining through and they're getting themselves back into position to take first and second here. Mulrine's in fourth, struggling a little bit. Sorry, go on.
It was a false sense of security they were doing.
giving them hope.
Oh, Dave the Harp, two wheels again.
Oh, he obviously saw Neotig do it the previous lap and thought, I want some of that action. It's going to cost him a little bit though. I want to see. Oh, Kev's in second. Kev's must have had a moment on that lap because Hesselden's back into the lead, and Hesselden, I think he's trying to go for the pits. No, he's not.
No,
well, Kev's chucked it up the inside. He's not giving up on that one.
This is going to play into Dave the Harp's hand because he's in third and he's coming.
Well, I'm not going to say it the way you said it. He's closing. He can see them fighting. Project Cars Leagues is definitely innuendo bingo time. Actually, there was something I thought of that I was meant to start at the start of this, but we'll do it from now. With 10 laps to go, we're going to play a Friday night drinking game. For any of you viewers that are watching, or even if you're watching the recording on YouTube, from now, every time I go, you have to have a drink. And I won't do it on purpose. But yeah, every time I do it, you have to have a drink. And I pretty much guarantee you're all going to end up paralytic. Okay, Kev's back into the lead. Hesselden into second. Dave the Harp's closing in on him in third place. That's going to be an overtake that'll be happening soon. I'm going to predict somewhere after Maggots and Beckett's. Fourth place is Mulrine, and I think he's got Jason not close enough to attack.
Here goes Dave the Harp. He's took the place on corner, the old start turn one.
So through Cop's Corner then, Dave the Harp takes second place, and I reckon we're going to see Hesselden heading to the pits anytime soon. With 10 laps to go, pit stop windows are going to be reopening. And Kev, he's pulled himself out a nice little lead now. I think Hesselden's going to be wondering what the bloody hell has happened here. He was leading by a country mile, and someone's come and stole it away from him. I mean, look, see how much Dave the Arch just pulled away, and there we go. Hesselden then into the pits, and a little bit sideways and on the grass. He's struggling on those tyres. I think they've absolutely had it, which, if that's the case, he may struggle for the final 9 laps of the race. Mulrine in 4th, Jason 5th, as we said, Neotig 6th, Stringy B in 7th. Having a little bit of a lonely-ish race because Woolhouse isn't too far behind him, and I think My Bad is now out of the race. He is, so an unfortunate one there for Jim, but he can now go on to FIFA and go and kick someone's arse on that. And if you're listening, Jim, if I've got the time, I'm going to be on FIFA tonight, hopefully. I must admit, I would love to know, I'd love to hear what had happened with Stringy B. He was absolutely dominant in the early stages of this race. Looked almost guaranteed on for the win, and it's all gone out the window. Okay, with Hessel... go on.
His first pit, he said he had damage, so he had to box early, so... Well, that's
that was Stringy B.
That's what you said.
Oh, if that's what I said, I meant Neotig, sorry. Neotig in the first early stage of the race was absolutely dominant, catching Hesselden hand over fist over rear end, and yeah, does a pit stop and it's all gone out the window. But
I think the Harp's catching Kev.
Well, their last lap times were...
Kev's in the pits.
Oh, okay. Kev's last lap times are 1:42.8, Dave's a 44. Mulrine's a 45, Hesselden's a 53, but he pitted. But Kev's in the pits for what should be the final time. That's not Kev's car, I don't think. That's Kev's car. The car ahead is a green one. So Kev then loses the lead with 8 laps remaining for what should be his last set of tyres. Dave the Harp takes the lead. And we're going to try and get a decent camera view, and he has got a green car of, I think, Woolhouse, who is now a lap down. Let's see, will it be? Yes, it is. Now, where's Kev going to come out? Kev's come out the pits in 2nd place. So is Hesselden being held up as we have a good look at the crowd? Hello, crowd. Hesselden, he's not really catching Mulrine now, but I think Mulrine will be needing to pit again soon. But Kev comes out in 2nd place, clear road ahead apart from the back marker of Woolhouse, who is right behind Dave the Harp. And Dave the Harp probably was thinking, will you just leave me alone? This is where I need to be fast. So do you think he's going to pit this lap? Or do you think he's going to try and take it to the end?
I think he'll try and take it to the end.
I reckon go on.
But he'll go against me, won't he? And he'll pit.
Yep, I reckon he'll pit. If he doesn't pit, Kev's going to be so fast. I reckon Kev's going to end up getting into the 38s on this new set of tyres. So for Dave, pit, go for that 2nd place. No, he's continuing on. Oh, could he be going long? How far away is Kev? We'll find a timing point. I reckon we'll go with the start-finish bridge. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 seconds is the gap. And I tell you what, I think Dave's
at the moment on turn 2.
Oh dear. I think Dave should have pitted then, because Kev's going to be absolutely flying now, and he's going to be potentially catching him at up to 4-5 seconds a lap. Let's see if we get some sector times off Kev here on this particular lap, because this could be a quick one if he hooks it all together. Oh no, he's down slightly, which could be on his previous, but I reckon it's actually going to be on his fastest. So down slightly, but the temperatures in these tyres are just going to keep rising and rising and rising. We've got a car coming out of the pits. I'm not sure who it is, but it's down in 5th, 6th place. Oh, excuse me.
Heselden is catching Mulrine, but it's not at a fast rate that I would thought he would catch him.
No, he's definitely not been able to catch. And oh, we've lost Stringy B. Stringy B's race is over. Kev is now 1/10 up on his previous best lap. I said the temperatures would be coming up, and that they are. So if he has a decent final sector here, he'll improve his best lap of the race, and I then think he could keep on improving it. Have we got Dave the Harp in the pits at all? Yes, we have. Yes. I think Dave the Harp is in the pits. So Kev is going to take the lead, and the question will then be, where is Dave the Harp going to come back onto the track? At 38.9 for Kev 187. I said he'd get into the 38s, and he has just done that, and I reckon he's going to keep on improving. So, Chris Core, I know you said you did a lap in the 140s, and I did tell you that Kev would probably get down into somewhere between the 35s and the 40s. He's on it. Now, if he'd have been able to do this in qualifying, I think it'd have probably just scared everybody off the grid. Now, where is Dave the Harp? Where is Dave the Harp? He's come out in 2nd place. Yep.
Got a bit of a gap to 3rd place, Mulrine.
So the closest battle near the front that we've got is Mulrine and Heselden, and this gap has been closing, but very, very, very slowly. Heselden hasn't been able to have the pace of Kev and Dave at the moment. Oh, he's having a look up the inside. I think he felt he had to take the opportunity when it arose. Mulrine a little bit deep, left the door so far open that even the postman just walked in on that one. But I tell you what, Mulrine's not giving it up. He's having a look up the inside to Cops. This could get messy. No, he backs out of it. So Heselden moves up to 3rd place then, and Kev is just comfortably now driving away in the lead with 6 laps remaining, and in a few corners it'll only be 5. Now, is he going to improve on this lap time? I've got a feeling he will. Let's go for a 38.4.
Mulrine's catching back up in the slipstream. Is he going to... No, he's not.
Well,
he's backing out.
I predicted Kev would improve on his lap time, and he didn't improve at all. But you're right, Mulrine is not letting Heselden away with taking the 3rd place here. Although I think Mulrine's tyres will be of a slightly older age, and he may not be able to do too much about it. Okay, I'm going to have a quick look at Jason at the moment. Comfortably sitting in 5th place with no one around him. And Jason will just do what Jason does, drive at his own pace, and wherever he finishes is exactly where he will finish. And Neotig, I mean, what happened to Neotig? Down in 6th place now. Really, he should have been up there with Kev and Dave. I mean, let's see, what was his last... Neotig's last lap was a 152, so I wonder if he pitted again recently. Quite possible. But after the first stint pace, it's just not been there for him. Not been there for him at all. So looking at the previous laps, Kev is pulling out on Dave the Harp, but Dave the Harp has recently pitted. Heselden, Kev's just done a 39.1 on his previous lap. Neotig's very wide around turn 1. Dave the Harp's dropping off from Kev, Heselden's dropping off from Dave, Mulrine's dropping off from Heselden, and Jason's dropping off from Mulrine. Neotig dropping off from Jason, and Woolhouse possibly catching Neotig, but is a lap down at the moment, so I don't think he will actually catch that one up. So we could struggle now to find a bit of a battle, as the way the field is going. They're just going to get further and further away from each other rather than get closer and closer to each other. So Kev, if there ever was a time for you to lose a wheel in a race, this would be it. Test out the commentator's curse. They're actually saying that if Kev loses a wheel, it could give Dave the Harp a win. So really, we need Kev 187 to lose a wheel, Dave the Harp to lose a wheel, Heselden comes through to take the victory, Mulrine comes through to take 2nd place, with Jason taking 3rd, Neotig can finish 6th. No, Dave the Harp. Kev finishes 5th or 4th. then Kev, and then Neotig, and that'll keep the points fairly balanced. But I can't see that happening. Now, is Mulrine able to do anything about Hesselden? No. Now Hesselden's got ahead. He's just pulling away. Not overly surprising, that one. Is Jason being caught at all by Neotig? I don't think he is. Jason's heading up to turn 1 now, just as Neotig is heading into the final corner. Woolhouse a lap down, coming through Maggots and Beckett's. Put up a good fight of it early on, but it hasn't worked out for him in the latter stages of the race. But it's worked out better for him than those who are not going to finish. So, what do we do now, Ray? Because it looks like it's going to be boring for the final 3 laps of the race.
I don't know. Ask the viewers for some questions and answers.
There's not a bad idea. Go on then, viewers. Any questions that aren't too filthy, feel free to ask them, and we'll see what we can answer. Here's one to you guys. Do you think that anyone is going to have a moment, lose a wheel, and screw up the end of their race as we get into the final few laps? I can't see it happening. But bet in play. It is possible. Anything is possible in the Formula Nay wheels.
Anything can happen.
I'd have thought with you practicing that one, Ray, you'd have been able to get it sounded a bit better. I think it's both. Well, I was going to say neither do I, but everyone knows that that's a lie. I was watching every now and again. I watch through some of my old music videos, and it really is bad. I used to record them on my iPhone, and all you could see is up my nostrils and my hands shaking about on a guitar, and some dodgy singing going on. But I think it's been a while since I've actually played my guitar or written a song. Sometimes you just lose the motivation to do so. Also, when you haven't played for a while, it bloody kills the fingers, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's sore as hell.
See,
I
now
get told to dip my fingers in vinegar. What?
Okay.
No, I ain't doing that.
No. I mean, the only way you can really do it is you play, you deal with the pain. The best thing you can do is play every day. Even if it hurts, play every day. Because eventually your fingers become numb and you can carry on. You can keep doing it. I tell you what, it looks like Woolhouse is beginning to catch up again to Hesselden. I could be wrong, but that's how it looks.
That looks close. That looks closer. I'll check. I'll see this is straight.
What else was I going to say? Yeah, I mean, it has definitely got a bit closer, that. I learned to play on a 12-string guitar. So if you think learning to play on a 6-strings bad, you should try learning on a 12-string, because the pain is doubly bad. Because instead of just the one groove on your finger, you end up with 2 grooves on each fingers, and you need a wider grasp. So yeah, numb hands, killing fingers, is not good for the old love life. Okay, Kev still leading with a lap and a half to go. Dave the Harp still in second. Hesselden still in third. And I think Woolhouse has had a bit of a moment somewhere, because that gap has opened up again. And I tell you what, I thought I was going to say, I think they're being caught up, but I think it's actually Woolhouse that's catching up on them, to be honest. So perhaps Woolhouse has managed to find a bit of pace for himself here, if the camera actually goes over to where he is, because he's beginning to reel in the 2 cars ahead of him. So, have we had any questions come through? I'm guessing we haven't. If you don't ask, we can't answer. Oh, you're all boring. You know what I'm going to do now? That's at least 6 drinks, everyone. If you're not going to ask me a question, I'll make you drink. Final lap as we won there, and it is a Bastier of a bump. Kev will probably be surprised at how, looking at qualifying, looking at the warm-up, looking at the first couple of laps of the race, Kev, what have we got?
That was Woolhouse has lost a wheel.
That's race over. Neotig, is he out of the race? Neotig is out of the race. No. Oh dear, as well as Woolhouse. Because Woolhouse is not going to get that car moving. I have just spotted. We've had a message come through, right? As Kev 187 then comes through Maggots and Beckett's for the final time. on the final lap of the race. He did get his time down to a 38.7, so he was able to keep improving. Although it looks like he's weaving down the hanger straight. God, you don't want to go crashing it now, Kev. Unless the race is actually over, but I don't think it is. So as Kev 187 comes round Stowe for the final time and heading towards the final complex.
He's playing with dice, isn't
he would not be happy if he spun it. You know what he'll be doing? He's going to be sat there, yes, I didn't lose a wheel. Well, you did in practice or warm-up, whatever it was. So Kev 187 then over the finish line to take victory in Silverstone. And Dave the Harp's going to follow him as he now comes to the final corners. That's going to pretty much, I think, put Kev 187 at the top of the standings, with Dave the Harp only a few points behind him. So Dave the Harp will take second place. In third place we have Hesselden.
Mulrein's caught Hesselden.
Oh, the gap is not that big, is it? So is Mulrein going to have a chance of stealing third place in the final few corners? I'd be tempted to say no. Oh, I think he might be too far behind, but he's definitely been gaining on this lap. If Hesselden's too slow through these corners, he could come under pressure. No, I think he'll be okay. So it looks like, is he? He is just. So Hesselden is going to take third place. Mulrein will take fourth place. And here comes Jason. Looks like it will be fifth place for him. So he'll be fairly pleased with that, I reckon. After having a couple of spins in qualifying and warm-up. So fifth place it'll be for him. Well, it's been an absolutely dramatic, fantastic race for us there, as Jason weaves it over the line to take... No, it's actually fourth place. My apologies there. It is fourth place for Jason, because Woolhouse and Neotig, they've ended the race in the pits. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, that's the Formula No Wheels for you. So Kev 187 now pulling it into the pits for what is definitely the final time, because the race is now over. We'll have a quick look at the standings. It is a DNF then for Woolhouse and for Neotig. That's such a shame, getting 22 laps into the race and then ending with a DNF. That is a huge, huge shame for those guys. But it was a fantastic showing from Kev 187 there, and Dave the Harp, but also from Hesselden. Neotig, I really thought he was going to win it, but was not to be. But I think Kev will be delighted with how that race has gone. Dave the Harp perhaps not so much, although he should be happy with second place after taking pole position and then ending up down in about fourth place. I'm just wondering whether Dave's starts are perhaps not as quick as some of the other guys, and that's why he keeps losing a few places at the start of the race. Well, so Ray, any sort of final comments about that race from you there?
That was interesting. I didn't expect Kev to come from the back straight up to first place.
No, I would definitely agree with you. Well, I enjoyed watching that race. It was a good one to watch, and we didn't have people lose as many wheels as we thought we knew they wouldn't. But we've still ended up with only a few finishing the race. So these guys are going to be absolutely delighted when, for next season, we move into the LMP2s, where the chances of losing a tyre is going to reduce massively, and that, I reckon, will improve the enjoyment of watching the races as well. They'll be able to have much closer, tighter battles, and a little bit of bumping and grinding won't be a problem. I'm not even going to try and comment on that one. Okay then, next up for the PCF League will be round 9 in Oschersleben, and I'm trying to think which track that is, and in my memory that's a track where it's got some horrible tight twisty corners, some mid-speed corners and some high-speed corners with some nasty curbs, plenty of places to spin, and yeah, you know it, plenty of places to lose a wheel. So
before we go, can I just say We did get the question through, I never got to put it through.
Oh.
What car will we use after Ginetta's Juniors Week?
Okay, after the Ginetta Juniors, I did write it down because Ray picked these out before the start of the season. It's the Ginetta G55s. So basically the bigger brother of the Ginetta Juniors. So the PCS League, when that gets into its second season, that'll go up into the Ginetta G55s. And they are brilliant little cars, very, very fast. And that's Kev. You can tell that's Kev. He's getting a phone call from his fan. Yeah, that'll be Dave the Art phoning him up, saying, "Why didn't you crash?"
So yeah, Bernie, that he's just asking when I'm next available.
Well, if Bernie Eccleston's asking you that, you want to make sure he's not asking Max Mosley to join in the party as well. Otherwise, it'll be a kind of party you're not going to enjoy. Okay, yeah. So it will be Ginetta Juniors for the PCF. It will be the LMP2s. So yeah, there we go. Now, Kev's joined us in this chat party, but we're not going to do a podium interview because we don't do them in here yet. But although we can say, Kev, you still did lose one wheel, and you ended up upside down.
It was a fucking race, though.
Yeah.
Did you see me at the wall in the race?
Yes.
What? I can't believe I didn't get damage.
I know. Okay. Anyway, right, we're going to bring the live stream to an end there. We will be live again on. For the Project Car Sunday League in the Ginetta Juniors, which will be for 17 laps around the Imola circuit. So that's been all from Front Row Racing for this evening. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you to the drivers for taking part, and we shall see you all again soon.
Little bit.